Hi guys. No, I look terrible. But I always do, like that's not new. But like that's not new. It's not new, like you've known that. Like it's not anything. Anyway, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I think this is baking soda and it tastes that way. It just says it's peppermint flavor. No animal testing. All the animals have terrible breath out there. Every single one of them. You know? Obviously that's just a joke. Like, I don't think you should test it on animals. I'm realizing maybe I should, like, when something's a joke, I'm like, theoretically this could have been taken out of context and it's just like, oh, this is the type of person that supports this actually happening. Well, if you support this actually happening, why don't I? You know? And then it's like, no, but that was like not actually meant to be serious. Like, you know, but what can you do? If no one knows when you're serious, but everyone's gonna take your words very seriously and then be easily influenced, apparently, and decide that, like, if you're the type of person that's fine with it, maybe they should be also, they shouldn't realize. It's kind of the energy people gravitate towards me with. They're like, well, actually, if you're fine with that, like, maybe I should be fine with that. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know what that means. The way I do that, I hate. You know when you do something and you're like, I actually just hate everything that just happened, but so what? So I actually don't really get when like celebrities are super weak when it comes to their physical appearance. It's like, this is the first time you've ever hated yourself. Like, you're gonna go show up with like a new face tomorrow because you actually realized this is the first time you're going to hate yourself, and like that's how you feel. I feel like if you live sort of like that, like all the time, you're like, actually, I'm totally fine with this. Like, it makes you comfortable with yourself. You're like, actually, it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter, actually. Like, okay, like, why would you hate this one tiny detail and be like, I don't know. I get it. Like, I get feeling embarrassed, but like, I don't know. Not that plastic surgery is like wrong either, but like, you know. it's just dramatic when it comes out of, like, comes from a place of, like, self-hatred. Like, how did you even get to the point where you were not fine with hating yourself? Like, you made it this far in life. If you're like a Kardashian, you live to like 40 something by now. And you still hate yourself so much you're gonna get like plastic surgery? By now you've seen yourself without the plastic surgery, without the makeup, with the plastic surgery. There's still videos of you from before. Some people think that you still look how you used to look. You know, like, what? Whatever really terrible makeup and outfit you had, you can't plastic surgery yourself right now to not have people think that like that's the permanent version of you. Like, you can't stop people from currently thinking that's the permanent version of you. Yet you're gonna plastic surgery yourself right now so that you think you're superior to other people, even though like it doesn't actually mean that much to you. I was gonna say maybe some people do it to be like empowering. Obviously some people do, but like those people just don't. Those people just don't. They do it so that in like 3, 4, 5 years they can regret it. They're not even gonna regret it sooner than that. Because it didn't like occur to them that they could have regretted it until way after. Like, it's weird. It's weird. It's not even that hot, but it's like not air conditioned. Now it's like way cooler. My hair is terrible. It's like awful, you know? You know? So, you know what's funny? So I work at Sam's Club, and lately, so I've always felt like people kind of kept their distance a little bit so they're not like in my like aura. But there's been glitches, not even glitches in the Matrix, just people being weird. But like, people are either in two camps, right? They'll be like terrified to like walk behind me because why are they like close to me even though they're not close to me, they're like 3 feet away, right? People are like weird about that. They're like, should I even walk behind you? Should I ask you to move out of the way before I even go over here? Like, it's like, that's funny. I don't take it like seriously. I'm like, okay, I don't know. And like, or they'll be like, can I use the trash can? Is that okay with you? And then they throw away like a little tiny sample cup or like their coffee they're holding. It's like, you were overthinking that so much. But then there's other people who will try to like put their hand on like my arm or something. It's all they do, but like, why are you doing that? Like, I already am like, that's kind of weird, like, whatever. But it was, so that's like all they do, but like, they're just like just my arm. I'm like, okay, that was pointless. It was weird. I don't know what you thought you got out of that, but you just touched, you just went like, and then you walked away. Like, that was weird for both of us and unnecessary. Like, you didn't get anything out of that. I just thought you were weird. And anyway, so you know what? I don't know if I even talked about this yet or not. It was like the other day, so I might have. This dude, this old man, okay? In slow motion. So I was like cooking food at my little like station, right? So in slow motion, which is why it was like even weirder. He makes like a joke that wasn't funny. You know when an old person is like, oh, I'm gonna like intentionally touch your arm, like your shoulder, so that I like touched you. But like it's just your shoulder, but it's like, I'm gonna like intentionally do that. Right? So like the old man, like in his brain, but you have to understand how slow this man was. And in slow motion, he decides to reach out, like, as he's talking, he's like, to like reach my shoulder. So I realized what he was doing. I was like, oh, like I have like the opportunity to like move out of the way. Like that's funny. Like I still didn't take it like that seriously. I was like, oh, like I could just like move out of the way and like avoid it. So I go like, whoop, like move out of the way. At the same exact moment, like a manager walks over, like is directly standing, like watching this man do that and sees me like move out of the way, and the man's arm is like, and then his face is like he realizes that I moved out of the way and that the manager's watching. He turns to the manager and he's like, I promise I wasn't doing anything. Like, I promise I wasn't doing anything. I was like, well, now I'm thinking this is like way more extreme than I even thought it was. I was like, oh, like, that's funny, I can, like, move out of the way, whatever, like, why are you so slow? like, obviously I didn't want him to, like, touch my arm, but I was like, it's just my arm, like, I don't know. Like, I could, like, move out of the way, I don't know. And then the manager's like, what are you doing? Like, you know, it was weird. It is hot in here. But, yeah, I was like, that was unnecessarily extreme. Like, okay, like, but the fact that, I don't know, I'm gonna get chapstick, but yeah. I guess what I don't really like about it is that it's like people care the second that they're like caught by someone who's like a real person to them. So then it's like, what was I the whole time? If now you care that like like this guy who's a manager is watching, right? It's like I was still a real person the whole time, but you were like, like that's weird. It's so weird. It really is. It really is. Yeah, so I don't know. Like people like would kind of always make comments, but like they never were like, I'm gonna like intentionally grab your arm from like all the way over here. Like they're like upgrading, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Because there's still like two camps of people. Like they're terrified to use the trash can on the ground, or they're like, I'm gonna grab your arm, you know? So. Yep. I'm gonna get my coffee. I'll be back. Oh wait. My coffee's not that hot. It's not like cold. But it's not that hot. I'm just gonna like do my hair, and then my coffee's in the microwave, then I'm gonna bring you into the living room. That seems kind of normal to me. That was super weird. I looked at my phone because I thought I saw something moving on the screen that wasn't me, and there wasn't. And then like half a second later there was a notification, and it's like, so really I just like predicted the notification, but it's not that important because it's just one of like 8,000 notifications. My email has like infinite that like, or they're just spam email ones. They're not important because they're not even a real person. They're not even a real person. It's not even like good. Yeah. Wow, the coffee's done. Can you hear that? Wow. I hate, you see it? When you have long hair and you just have webbed fingers because you decided to not have like hair that's like so knotted into itself that it might as well be braided. You know? I hate that it's possible for humans to have dry skin. Like, I think we all actually deserve, like, way better than that. Like, I don't really know why that's, like, a thing, you know? Like, I literally feel like moisturize my skin. It's crazy. It's crazy. Moisturizing skin stuff. You know. Anyway, I've been having dreams. How's that song go? It's like, I've been having dream. No, I'm trying to think. I keep messing up like how it sounds only because I can't remember the words that come after that. Like, I don't know. Whatever those words are afterwards. I think it's like tripping up on you or something, but that sounds kind of stupid. But like, whatever that is. I've been having two categories of dreams. Dreams where I'm like in college, even though I'm not in college, and dreams where, I don't know, like my twin flame will be there and stuff, like, but it's always like in a weird context. Not like, I don't know, you'll have to just hear about it. Cause like, yeah. I don't know, I don't remember all of the college dreams, like they, oh wait, yeah, I do. Anyway. You know, when your hand has like moisturizer on it, it's like technically I could leave that on my hand because it doesn't actually matter. But it's like if it were hair products, I would wash it off, and it almost feels like not that different from hair products, but it does. Like, yeah, it just feels like moisturized, you know. I guess that's really all I have to do in this room. Like, we're gonna go to the other room. Like, obviously you still exist, so, you know, something like that. Is there anywhere you can possibly be without falling? Don't mind this random paper towel on the table. I just have to throw it away. But like, what if a remote holds you where you're supposed to be? Would you be fine with that? Does that work? It doesn't work. Oh. Kinda. Okay, wait. Kinda works. I can't see all of your screen situation, but I can see like 9/10 of it, you know, so we're pretty good. So, anyway, last night I decided to have, okay, I guess not last night. I'm gonna start with another one. Well, that one's kind of boring. It's not like boring, but I'm like, what is the purpose of me telling you? But whatever, story time. So I had a dream where I was just like texting my twin flame, and he was texting me, so it wasn't like he was texting me. It's not like I was being ignored this time, you know? So, yeah. And it was weird. I felt like I was a dog. Yep, I was me, but I actually just felt like I was a dog. Like but you want to know how I found out I felt like I was a dog? I didn't like physically feel like I was a dog. I had another tongue in my mouth, but like a dog only has one tongue, right? But no, I felt like I had another tongue in my mouth, and I couldn't figure out if I was supposed to swallow it or not. And then I just blamed that on him because I was like I didn't tell him, but like I just blamed that on him. I was like, well, I don't normally feel that way, so it must be your fault completely because I don't feel that way with anybody else. But yeah. Yep. I don't know. So that's all for that dream, really. That was like really like the only thing that happened. So yeah, why did I feel like I was a dog? I don't know. So anyway, then the dreams I had last night, I had 2 dreams last night. I'm gonna get my coffee because it's done. Like, I don't want it to get cold again. Ugh. So basically, I had 2 dreams last night. I need what is it called? One of these. Coaster. That's what it's called, right? I forgot. I'm so smart till I'm not, and it shows, because why did I forget what that was called? To be fair, I have not used that word in like 3 years or something. Like, why would I need to talk about a coaster? Like, they just exist. You know, when something exists and you don't have to talk about it because it just exists, and it's like something you don't ever have to like mention, and then you're like, wait, I forgot what it's called. Like, for no reason, but I did forget. So anyway, I had a dream last night that I was in, oh, and so the one part of the dream that I already told you about where I felt like I was a dog out of nowhere randomly, like I felt like I was in college, but I was about to like go to class. That was like literally the whole like, I felt that way. I was like, yep, I'm in college and I'm about to go to class. So yeah. Anyway, my dreams last night, I felt like I was about to start my first class of college ever, which is so silly because I'm not in college at all. Unless college randomly starts being free. And they decide they're not really sure if they care, if you're completely sure if you actually have a high school diploma or not, because you've never seen proof that it exists, even though you've been told that it exists, but every time you try to find out, there's no conclusion to you trying to find out. As long as that changes and they're like, yeah, like you don't really need any qualifications to start college, you don't even have to be like good at anything, and it's free. When they start doing that, then maybe I'll like try to go. Maybe. Till then, it's like, how feasible is it? I mean, it is, but like I would really have to care, and I'm like, why would I actually care about that much? Like I just decided I feel like I'm like homeschooled for college basically, because I feel like I'm learning enough on my own to where it's kind of like, okay, like I'm still technically learning something. Like it's not like I gave up on having a human brain. If anything, I learned way more after I stopped school than I ever learned in school. So that's kind of whatever. But anyway, so I don't know. So, you know, I decided in the dream where I was about to go to college, I went to school. I hate calling it that. Why is it called, like, okay, you need context as to why I kind of hate that, because it's not a weird word to use. There's this lady that always comes into Sam's Club, and she's this very old lady. I don't mean to be mean, you know, but like, she always walks up to, oh, there's a little bird right there. There's a bird like 5 feet away from me. Hello, little tiny bird. Okay. Anyway, this old lady. Okay, a very small old Asian lady. She is a lot smaller than me. And I'm pretty small. So you have a picture. She is old. She is always at Sam's Club. She just walks around and gets samples and doesn't do much else, but every time she sees me, she says, hi, I just got out of school. It's like 9 in the morning. She's like, hi, I just got out of school. I'm like, okay, like, that's great. Today we're eating chicken tenders. Like, you know, like, I don't know what to say. So I'm like, that's amazing for you. I don't know. Actually, it's kind of scary. I don't know. Anyway. Like, she actually, once she does that, like, multiple times a day, like, I'm actually terrified. I'm like, I don't know why, but this is actually really scary. Actually really scary, like, really, really scary. But there's nothing I can do about it. It's her who's talking, but it's like, what are you talking about? But she doesn't know because she's an old lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like leaked energy from the universe. It's like, hey, like some really disturbing things are happening, but like you can't do anything about it because the person who's actually talking to you about this doesn't even know anything about it because they don't even know what they're saying. Like, and like, I'm sure she's a nice old lady. She doesn't, you know, when you see somebody, you're like, well, it's not even feasible that you could be up to no good, because I think you're no longer capable of being up to no good, like, no offense, you know what I mean? Like, you're quite literally mostly doing what other people tell you to do in your life anyways, at this age and at this point. So, but, and you seem like your soul's been somewhat innocent in your life, I don't know. So it's not you who you're talking about, but what do you mean you just got out of school? Like, it creeps me out. I'm like, I don't know what you mean by this. Like, I don't think you're talking about college. Like, you say it as if you're like in 5th grade, like it's getting scary. It's getting scary, right? Like, I don't know why. I'm like, something is just wrong with it. Like, but that's like, it's an actual person, like the old lady. So anyway, in the dream that I was, you know, I've been stupid in my dreams lately. I've been just doing weird stuff, and then afterwards I'm like, what was that, you know? Agreeing to weird stuff, doing weird stuff. So what I will say is that in this dream, like, I wouldn't say I'm gullible, but I would say I don't always take things like extremely seriously. So like, it's not that I don't see where it's going, I'm just like, oh, it's like not that serious wherever it is going, I guess. Like, I don't know, like, just me being stupid. So basically in this dream, I'm like in college. It's like the first day of college, whatever. I don't know if this is like a language arts class or like an art class or something like that, something like that. So there's this teacher, this man, so he asks for my phone number. I was kind of like, I knew he was being like flirtatious, but I didn't take it that seriously. I was like, I guess you could have it. Like, it's not that it went over my head, it's that like I didn't like realize the extent that he was like really going about this. Like, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I knew he was like being flirtatious. I was like, whatever, like, I'll text you, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, that's kind of like, it's not that it went over my head like, oh, he obviously wants to like text me and like flirt or whatever. I just didn't take it as like, basically what ends up happening in the dream is he starts like stalking me and like following me places, and then I just turn around and he's there and I'm like, huh? Like, what's going on? Like, it's not that it went over my head that you wanted to like flirt with me, but like it really wasn't what I thought it was when you started like following me places. That was not. And then I kind of realized at that point, oh, you probably thought it was like, in exchange for good grades, I'm gonna like talk to you or something. I kind of didn't really like assume he was gonna assume that at any point, because I was like, well, why would a teacher even think that? Like, obviously I'm still gonna like try hard in class and whatever. And then I was kind of like, well, I guess that kind of ruins the whole point, right? Like, there are multiple levels to it. It's not that I didn't think he was gonna flirt with me, I just thought it wasn't gonna be as serious as he probably like assumed it was or whatever. Like, I guess that's like more so how I was thinking of it, you know, but like, whatever. Oopsie. Anyway, so that is kind of the lighter side. The other dream, I'll just say weird stuff in dreams. So apparently, I don't know. So basically, I had this dream where I like, okay, it was another dream where I was in college, which makes it funny, but it was like the class, it was like my twin flame was like also enrolled in this class, but I don't know if he's even gonna show up. So I had somebody, I was like, well, I'm not gonna go though if he's not gonna show up, like that's gonna be weird. And then he had somebody else, like, it's like we each had like a person, like, not that we were like dating, but like with us, to like a friend to like help us determine if the other one was actually going to show up, because we were kind of like, well, I don't want to show up if that person's not going to like show up, like that would be kind of weird. I was like, well, there's very low odds he's going to show up even if he thinks I'm there, like that doesn't make any sense. So then the person who was with me was like, yeah, like I do know 100% he is going to show up. And then like I show up, him and the person that he was there with, I don't know, like a friend, so immediately I realized, okay, like it's only the 4 of us in this room, even though it was supposed to be a lot more people. It was definitely like a theater class, and then my twin flame was just like levitating like around the whole place, just like wherever he wants to go, but not directly talking to me, but he was just there. And then the other person is like kind of like talking for him, which makes it like odd. So but like not asking him questions not asking me questions he doesn't know, but he was just there. So then that person's like, that person is like, asks me, how old are you? And then here's the part where I, like, it does lead to me like saying something weird. So basically, what I didn't even realize till after like how, you know, I'll say what I said. So I said I'm 22, which basically means that most of the videos on the dark web would not be interesting to me at all. They would all be boring, extremely boring. So then as soon as I said those words left my mouth, I kind of realized what I said. I had like immediate like chest pains, like really bad, like 0 to 100. I was like, I'm dying. So in the dream, I have like this like really bad chest pain, right? When I wake up out of the dream, I still have the really bad chest pain. Like, that was real. Like, what I said in the dream made me have, like, really bad chest pain. Yeah. So, it's not that I was wrong to say, okay, like the videos on the dark web would be extremely boring to me. It's more like you just made a joke about people of all ages being kidnapped and you didn't realize like, oh, that's like a real thing. Like, it's not that like I didn't know it was a real thing. It's more like it kind of like, I didn't like realize like the gravity of actually saying that until afterwards. And I was like, oh, like I just actually made like a joke about that. And that's like a thing that is actually like obviously happening to so many infinite people. So yeah, anyway, I love you guys. It's really all I got, but I love you. Bye.